Now, talking about the incident that made you go on exile in the first place, the ugly incident of the assassination attempt in your life. You also had 22 surgeries post-recovery in order to get back to where you are today. Are you satisfied with the conduct of the investigations? Because I remember back then the late President Magufuli did tweet and said those perpetrators will be brought to justice. What's the latest on that?
Before I answer that question, let me just correct you a little on the subject of my treatment. I had my 25th surgery 2 weeks ago, so I'm basically still recovering from the 25th surgery. I still have one more to go in September, so that would make it number 26. Now to the question of investigation of the assassination attempt. The truth of the matter is the attack has never been investigated. Never, not at all. The official position of the police force of Tanzania is that they do not even have a suspect. They don't suspect anybody of being involved in an assassination attempt carried out inside a heavily guarded government housing compound in the midst of a parliamentary session. They do not have any suspect in respect of an attack on a very prominent parliamentary leader. And these are the kind of excuses that have made it, if they don't have a suspect, of course they cannot investigate. To start an investigation, you need a lead. You need to have at least somebody that you suspect. They don't have a suspect. They have never arrested any single individual. They have never interviewed anybody, not me, not my driver, not the people who were in that building and who took me to hospital. And so the assassination attempt was never investigated. What
about CCTV images? I mean, this is a heavily fortified housing gated community where the speaker, other parliamentarians and senior members of government live. How is it possible that in broad daylight, 1 p.m. if I'm not mistaken, lunch hour, they drive through, all those things happen and not a single footage?
Actually, that's a great question. There were CCTV footage that was recovered from the scene of the crime. And 5 days after the attack, the police force admitted in public that they had recovered the CCTV footage. But the police has never, ever told the nation what was in that footage. And then 2 years later, the then Minister for Home Affairs told Parliament that there was actually no CCTV footage. So we have a contemporaneous statement by the police 5 days after the attack, saying that they have recovered the CCTV footage, and then 2 years later, the government minister in charge of the police force says, there was no CCTV of any kind. It's just a way of covering up this heinous crime. As you say, how can it happen in a heavily guarded government housing compound where ministers and members of parliament live for this attack to take place? I would like you to know that, in fact, the security was removed completely from the compound. You can never gain access to the compound because it is guarded 24/7. That day, that afternoon, there was no security anywhere.